Dear colleagues, dear participants, Assalamu alaikum, namaste, good afternoon. Of course, we do have three, video shows, but unfortunately I think one of them could be located here and have been installed for a direct investment sector. Okay, but what I would like is not to focus on this screen, but mostly to report you on what is the status of cooperation between India and Tajikistan, what are the potential areas that could be invested in Tajikistan, and what are new ideas that could be implemented in the near future. I start with the first India-Central Asia Summit, which was held in January 2022, opened a new chapter in our cooperation, not only by setting the specific goals and tasks, but also with creating new multilateral mechanisms at ministerial and working group levels. Before dwelling into the new opportunities for Indian business in Tajikistan, I would like to share with you a brief information regarding the ongoing cooperation between the private and public companies of both countries. Here, it is worth to mention that today, the most famous leading group in India, Tata Group is actively engaged in the implementation of a national project on reforming energy sector, namely the National Energy Company, Barki Tojik, which was divided into 3 separate companies. And Tata is implementing one of the branches of this reform. And of course, this is a very huge or very serious responsibility, and Tata is successfully, at this time, is implementing the project. The second example relates to a much bigger cross-regional project. It's called Casa Southern, which will connect energy grids of Central and South Asia. 2 main partners from India, Kalpataru and KES companies, actively engaged in implementation of this project under the guidance of the World Bank. The total cost of the project is around $1.1 billion. For your information, just recently, World Bank allocated another $300 million for Afghan government to resume the project, to resume the work in the project, because the Afghan part of the work has been, for example, for some time suspended. Therefore, now they are resuming the work, and we hope in the very near future, this project is being implemented and finished by the end of this year. It is well known that South Asia and Central Asia are complementary players in the energy market. In this context, we believe that a huge hydropower potential of Tajikistan will facilitate achieving energy security in both regions. Based on positive and mutually beneficial cooperation on energy sector, we invited Indian companies to be active in the development and implementation of other projects on renewable energy in Tajikistan. Since 1992, more than 283 small hydropower plants have been commissioned, with a total capacity of 30,000 kilowatts. However, currently Tajikistan utilizes only 4% of its huge hydropower potential, which exceeds 520 billion kilowatt-hour per year. On hydropower potential, Tajikistan ranks in the world in the 8th place. Another area of mutually beneficial cooperation is pharmacy and healthcare. India is well known as a production hub for affordable pharmaceutical and healthcare, as well traditional medicine, including Unani, or we call it Unoni. More than 70 joint ventures registered in Tajikistan with the participation of Indian companies, which are active in these sectors. Nowadays, these companies are encouraged towards setting up local production and services in Tajikistan. Frankly speaking, the process is very slow, and therefore it should be intensified and facilitated more proactively. It is well known that establishing a new production or services itself a complicated process, but through combining the existing capacities of the Indian and Tajik companies, this process could be accelerated. We believe that in this direction, B2B could be the most efficient mode of cooperation. There are two more examples of cooperation between Tajikistan and India. First, one is related to the first Indian serious private investment in Dushanbe, where Indian company CHL has built a 5-star hotel and continues its operation. The next example relates to the mutually beneficial cooperation in education. Today, more than 15,000 Indian students are enrolled at the State Tajik Medical University in Dushanbe. According to the instructions of the leaders of both countries, we are working towards strengthening our connectivity. After the pandemic of COVID-19, we resumed direct flights between our capitals. In order to increase the number of the direct flights between the two countries, we have already invited the Indian air companies, Air India and Indigo, to start operating their flights. Efforts are also underway within a joint working group on Chabahar to increase trade of goods and commodities through this port in Iran. The Chabahar port is expected to be a main hub for increasing our sea and land connectivity, aimed at boosting mutual trade. Without any doubt, an emerging transport and transit corridor through Chabahar will strengthen our connectivity and facilitate mutual trade and investments by providing new avenues for B2B and G2B interactions. These positive examples of cooperation between public and private sectors indicate that when opportunities are utilized jointly and in a mutually beneficial way, then such cooperation will be long-lasting and sustainable. At the same time, I would like to underline that there are many other areas where presence of Indian companies is welcomed. Foremost, I would like to invite you, dear companies, dear leaders of the companies, to consider new and emerging opportunities in industrial sectors. In 2018, the government of Tajikistan announced rapid industrialization as its fourth strategic goal and endorsed special plans and incentives towards this aim. India has rich experience and potential in industrialization, as well as earlier adopted similar goals. Therefore, exchange of views and experiences in industrialization, as well as establishing industrial joint ventures and companies, would be mutually beneficial. Towards this aim, the government of Tajikistan conducted a detailed geological survey in the country, which facilitated discovering many new deposits of non-ferrous, ferrous, rare and precious metals, precious and decorative stones, construction materials, chemicals, and other mining materials. Over the recent years, using innovative technologies and local raw materials, dozens of new enterprises have been established to produce construction materials, including cement bricks, non-metallic materials, stone processing, gypsum board, mineral and decorative stones, and others. Processing of local raw materials, cotton, leather, wool, and cocoons, effective use of existing capacities, creating new jobs and strengthening production of export-oriented goods are also incentivized. The number of light industry companies, including spinning, weaving, sewing, carpet weaving, leather processing, footwear, and furniture production increased from 63 to more 486 in 2020. At present, there are 18 spinning mills in the country with a capacity of more than 80,000 tons of cotton fiber processing. Another prospective area of cooperation could be agriculture. It is well known that providing food security today is not an easy task. Since climate change, water and land shortages, drought, and lockdowns seriously affecting our achievements in food security and diminishing our abilities to provide safe and nutritious food. Direct cooperation exchanges between research institutions, farmers associations, agribusiness is considered to be mutually beneficial. The difference in the harvesting season in both countries could facilitate strengthening mutually food security. If the necessary facilitation mechanisms which will ease trade in fresh and dry fruits in an expedited manner would be established. It's been last year. We offered one idea, one proposal of green corridor. What does it mean? It means each country identifies 10 types of food or vegetables that could be for export and import. During the season, during the harvest, this could be green corridor for these products between these two countries. There are fruits that cannot be found or it's expensive in India. We could easily bring from Tajikistan or vice versa. Vice versa, the same could be done from India to Tajikistan. This was the idea, and we proposed to consider this therefore. In 2022, the total trade turnover between the two countries amounted to $76 million US, and compared to year 22, it is 60.5 more. But $75.9 million out of the total amount are imported goods from India. Again, this is balance. We have to work hard to balance this somehow. And therefore, this is what I wanted to share and to release. But again, the main important thing is our friend, our colleague from Iran, General Consul, has just mentioned about the importance, vital project Chobahor. You know that there is a working group on Chobahor. That last meeting was held in Mumbai last year. And since then, we are still waiting when the next. It should be conducted in Chobahor port, this next group, at an official high-level representation of the ministries. We don't know when this is going to happen, but we believe that this working group, will make great contribution to forward or to promote the implementation of this project in the near future, in order for these countries to have full access to the sea and to other land corridors that can be in the future will be introduced. Thank you very much for your attention. Once again, it was nice to meet you again here.